Birdman hand rub. Well, this day cannot get any better. I mean, it can, but let's face it. Let's take our wins while we can. What's up, people? It's been a while since I've done 2 videos in one day. And in fact, I'm still going to do my 3rd video. So 3 videos in one day. Yes, I had to change out of the other shirt and get into a different shirt. But yeah, 2 videos in one day from me by myself. And 2 signings as well. As you can see along the ticker, the Sky Ford News. We have actually officially signed Ryan Fraser. I mentioned it in the previous video before. Obviously, it's not like breaking news because we all knew he was coming. But yeah, Ryan Fraser has signed for Newcastle United. Wow. 2 signings in a day. I can't remember the last time we've done that. We're probably going to bring it up and say, oh, we only did it last season. But it feels special because let's face it, we wasn't expecting to spend any money this season. Obviously, we haven't really spent any money on this deal. But to spend 20 million on Callum Wilson, nothing on Ryan Fraser, but to bring in 2 players of Premier League quality. Yes, they've gone down. I know if there's any opposition fans watching this, yes, they got relegated. But then I say, well, Man City were quick to jump in with Nathan Ake, and they signed him. So if they can pick from a relegated side, I think Newcastle United can pick from a relegated side, don't you? But yeah, Ryan Fraser's put pen to paper, signed a 5-year deal at the club. And I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing. You know, to sign a player that I know that can do more than a job, can deliver like the Royal Mail. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want to see. And someone who's already got a formed partnership with our star striker now. It's a no-brainer. Things like this is a no-brainer. It just makes sense. Like, just to see signings making sense. No longer do we need to go and sign players that we don't know or haven't heard of. We're signing players that have played in the Premier League. Yes, albeit at a relegated club, but I'm going to say it again. You know, Man City went and signed Nathan Ake. That's all right for them. You know, they're going to be contending for the top. So if they can pick off Bournemouth, I think we can pick off Bournemouth as well. So excellent signing for me. 5-year deal, 26 years of age, Scottish international. I mean, that probably says goodbye to Matt Ritchie in the sense of literally he's going to the club that we picked him off from in Bournemouth. Scottish international as well. Albeit, I think maybe 4 years his junior. It makes sense. As much as I love Matt Ritchie and his passion that he gives and the energy he gives us and the kick up the backside that he gives some of the players, it probably means that he's on his way out of the club. But you know what? For the greater good, to sign Ryan Fraser and to sign Callum Wilson the same day, you know what? I've got to give it to them. I've got to give it to Bruce. You know, listen, it might pain some people to say, but I've got to give it to Bruce. I've got to give it to Charlie. I don't even know if Mike Ashley's involved in these transfer dealings anymore. He might just say, here's the keys to the chopper. You know, bring this guy in. Who? Fraser? Yeah, whatever his name is. As long as you're happy, boom. And that's it. That's all I want. So I'm buzzing with this one. Again, my mind's thinking overdrive, especially with all these players coming in, like who's going to fit in where. My only hope, and I'm going to say this one more time as well for this video, is that this signing does not lead to the sale of someone like an ASM or a Miggy or whatnot. So, yeah, good signing for me. I'm very happy with that, indeed. Yeah, I'm actually over the moon. I'm smiling, and I don't think I'll be doing that in a Newcastle United shirt. I really thought that this season would be a struggle. It still might be a struggle, but you know what? We're giving it a real go. Ryan Fraser, you know, Premier League. This is what I want to see. It feels so alien. Do you know what I mean? Before you'd be like, you sign this player from God knows where, somewhere from the back end of nowhere, or a Bundesliga player that, you know, barely scored any goals, no shots fired, but you know what I'm talking about. And then we sign a player that's played in the Premier League, scored goals in the Premier League, England international in Callum Wilson this morning, and then Ryan Fraser, a player who's played in the Premier League, Scottish international, got experience, and is exciting as well. Now, bearing in mind, before he left on a free, he was touted to go to the likes of Arsenal and all the rest of it now. God knows what happened there. If they wanted to look elsewhere, they've had a change in direction. Who cares? It's not our problem anymore because we've got our man. We've got Ryan Fraser. Happy to have him at the club. I can't stop smiling, man. Like, people probably thinking, oh, hold on, Ryan Fraser. Like, it's not Lionel Messi, but for a club of our size, we're boxing clever within our realm. Do you know what I mean? And if that means stopping from seeing the likes of like Christian Atsu getting minutes, then by all means, I'm happy with that too as well. I'm just curious to see how this works out. But good age, can't go wrong with a free signing. You can't really go wrong with that. And that means we've got a lot of options out wide as well. We've got Fraser, Almiron, ASM, and don't forget we've got Jacob Murphy still to come back into the mix as well. And then obviously you've got Christian Atsu, who I believe probably you have seen his last days at Newcastle United, with the likes of Celtic and all the rest of it looking on. But really and truly now, absolutely buzzing for this one. Don't forget, we still have the live going on tonight in about 2.5 hours time with the boys from me and Pete. So don't worry, this is not to replace that if you're coming just to see those two as well. I just thought I'd just jump the gun and offer my thoughts on this because it's going to be a busy one. It's going to be a busy one because you never know what might be confirmed even in between now and then. I know it's only still got 2.5 hours to go. I think 2 signings in a day is enough for now. Say something for tomorrow. But I'm even hearing rumours that, Ruggiero, that left back that was linked with before, he still could be signing for the club. So imagine if we sign Ruggiero and Jamal Lewis. I think we're being a bit greedy now in the sense of spending 30 million. I still believe we need 2 left backs, but maybe the price wise, I don't think we're going to spend £30 million on 2 left backs when we struggle to spend £20 million on a decent goal scorer. So, yeah, Ryan Fraser, if you've got any thoughts or comments, if you want to save them for later, by all means. If not, message me on Twitter. You can see my handle actually in the name strap there. But yeah, Ryan Fraser, over the line, all of that jazz. And he's now an official Geordie, a Scottish Geordie at that. And again, if that means saying goodbye to our man, Matt Ritchie, it is what it is, man. I won't go on too much from there. I was only thinking one more thing as well. One more thing. In terms of a chant, I know we had Ryan Taylor over the wall. I don't know if Ryan Fraser takes free kicks, but again, that might be a quick thing, you could do there. Ryan Fraser over the wall, Ryan Taylor over the wall. You don't need to change the cadence too much. Fraser for Taylor. Sounds the same pretty much. Just bear that in mind. But when you hear that, remember you got it from me first. You didn't hear it from none of these other YouTubers that claim to do all these things here. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys. Now there's more of you coming into it chat now as well. Anyway, if you want to join in, by all means join in. Now's probably the time to do so because later on when me from B and Pete get chin wagging, boy, I don't know if we can get in your thoughts in as much as we can now. But if you want to, by all means jump involved, get involved. Let me know your thoughts about Ryan Fraser. Are you buzzing to see him? Because I can reply back to him now. Wow. I can't remember the last, as I said before at the start, I can't remember the last time when we had multiple signings coming in on the same day. It's a rarity. It's an absolute rarity. And I think we were very strong now in midfield now. I think in terms of midfield now, I don't think we need to kind of strengthen too much more, especially in the wide areas now. I think we've got 2 on each side, Murphy and ASM, Almiron and Fraser. For me, that's okay. That's more than okay. Central midfield area, I think we've got more than enough to get by. Shelby, Hayden, 2 Longstaff brothers, and Hendrick now we've signed as well. So midfield, I think it's taken care of unless we go to sell someone. I think maybe, just maybe, we still need another striker, even though we brought in Wilson. Gale's out for a couple of weeks. Carroll, you never know what's going to happen with him. Mutu is probably going to be out the door. That's the one that's I'm thinking we're going to offload. And obviously Joe Linton. We don't know what side of Joe Linton we're going to see next season. So it would be nice to get a Premier League proven forward. I'm hearing rumours of Batshuayi, maybe getting him on loan. That would be good. Obviously he spent time on loan at, I think it was at Dortmund, wasn't he, for a little bit. And then obviously at Palace as well. So he knows the league. And again, these are smart signings, people that know the league. They don't need to take weeks upon weeks to get used to getting involved and all the rest of it. They can just come in, get their boots on, start finding the back of the net, or start doing what they need to do in their preferred positions. But yeah, I would say really and truly, probably need one more forward, especially if we let Mutu go. Wrap up the signing of Lewis or Rogerio, or even both. If we want to go all out and sign both, if Mike Ashley's had a bump on the head and he actually wants to spend money, listen, take a full advantage of it. Get this centre half signing done and dusted if it's holding. It's not going to be Smalling, obviously. And then I still think we need a right back. Especially if we're going to sell Yedlin as well. But again, more to talk about. Everyone's going quiet on me, so I'm going to go now. But I'm going to be back in about 2.5 hours' time with the boys. And again, I want to hear your comments and your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. Ryan Fraser is signed for Newcastle United.